All right, our next guest is one of the top 3 athletes in his family. Maybe top 5, we'll see. He was an academic All-American at Stanford, which is not an Ivy League school. Communications major. Wait, academic All-American for communications? Really? He's been called sneaky fast his whole life, and maybe someday he'll graduate to just fast. Please welcome Christian McCaffrey. Yay! Kind of walked on staring me down there with what was that your game face?
Oh, no, I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I appreciate you having me back.
Are you still sneaky fast or are you now fast?
I'll always be sneaky fast, gym rat, smart guy. Always.
Coach's son.
Yeah, coach's son.
Yeah. What do people say on the street to you? Outside of Carolina, like just walking around here?
Not much. I can get by. You know, there's a lot of guys in the league who are very recognizable. It's getting to where I'm getting more recognizable, but I can get away pretty well without getting bugged. But
so you can just walk down the street and people just blend in.
I ride a longboard to practice every day, a little electric scooter, a boosted board.
Yeah.
I ride that to practice every day. No one says a word. But people are really nice too. And in Charlotte, they're very respectful of your space and of your time. And so, the Southern hospitality. Sometimes that's it too. But.
Where is your team right now in moving forward? I know you bring in an offensive coordinator and a new coach, but Luke Kuechly's retiring, Greg Olson's retiring. You don't know what Cam Newton is doing. Like, does it feel like a rebuild?
Yeah, definitely. New coaching staff, a lot of new players. Unfortunately, a lot of guys like Luke and Greg who aren't going to be with us anymore. It's the sad reality of the NFL. Coming in, I'm thinking I'm going to play with these are my best friends. I'm going to play with them my whole career, and going into year 4, and it's like everybody's kind of going separate ways. It's the sad reality of the league, but I'm very fortunate. I got to play with guys like Greg, guys like Luke, who not only obviously they're great players, but great people and good friends, and will be lifelong friends. So. I have to sit back and appreciate that, I got to practice against guys like Luke Kuechly every day.
Did he ever hit you?
He's an unbelievable practice player, so he takes care of his guys. He never, maybe, we would do one-on-one pass pro in camp, and we'd go at it a little bit there, but, he's the model pro football player. He did it the right way, was never dirty, was never cheap, had a million tackles, and somebody that's very easy to emulate.
McLovin says that tackles are overrated in the NFL.
That tackles are?
Tackles are.
Well, because if you have a million tackles, that means the other team had a million offensive snaps. You're not getting them off the field. So, like, the leading tacklers are not always on the best team.
You want them not to tackle the guy?
That's what everyone says. I'm not saying just let them run
as a competitor, I would rather them tackle the guys than not. I don't think they're overrated.
Now, by the way, he went to Dartmouth.
Well,
if it's the other team, I like your theory, though. I don't want them to tackle me.
This is more of like an Ivy League stat, Dan. So
I'll stay out of the conversation.
Yeah, I don't expect
Stanford's now. I dropped out, so I got no business talking about it.
Yeah, it's like a state school, right? Out there.
Yeah, it's a safety school, yeah.
Did you get your degree?
I did not, no. My mom reminds me of it about every week, that I'm a college dropout, so I hear enough.
Yeah, but you can get an honorary degree from Stanford, can't you?
I'll go back. I'll go back and get it.
Wait,
just haven't
communications?
done it yet. I had plan A, which was to play in the NFL, and I haven't had a plan B, so I'm still focusing on plan A.
Okay, but communications?
Yep.
They offer that at Stanford?
They do.
Are you kidding me?
They do, yeah. And I went full head first into communications.
But what do you want to do with that?
Play football.
No. So you didn't want to study that much. No, you wanted to be able to play football.
And this is honest. It's so hard to, not that people. I had teammates who were management science and engineering majors, who were physics majors. And, I would be at practice feeling great, really energetic, and they would show up. I was up all night, on a piece set, and we just chose different paths. But, I was, no, in all seriousness, I did study hard, and Stanford they do not give a whole lot of leeway to their athletes as far as, your grades go. So, that's something that makes the school so great. They do have a high standard. So,
if not Stanford, where would you have gone?
oh man, that's a good question. I would have gone to the University of Northern Colorado.
To play for your dad?
To play for my dad, yeah. So,
Do you think he would have started?
I hope so. No, but my brother played at Duke. I was highly considering Duke. My older brother played there. A lot of the Pac-12 schools were the schools that offered me. I didn't have, I think Vanderbilt offered me in the SEC, and that was it. So it was pretty much Pac-12 or Duke.
Do you think that a running back has a certain number of touches, that's it, that your body has a number?
I don't think so. I mean, every player has a lifespan, no matter what position you play. There's guys, look at Adrian Peterson. He's done it forever. He's done it at a high level forever. There's guys who, do it for 8 years. There's guys that do it for 14. I think it all comes down to the individual and how you take care of yourself, how you take care of your body, and mentally how much you're willing to go. And a guy like Luke Kuechly played 8 years, but like I said, he did have so many tackles. The amount of touches and tackles that he had is equivalent to most people's 13-year span. And but I don't know if there's like a magic number. I think it's just a feel thing for that certain individual.
What was your welcome to the NFL moment?
Welcome to the NFL moment. Maybe, it's a big, it's a big deal when you walk into the locker room for the first time and, you see all these different guys. But when I stepped on the field, my first run play was the outside zone right to Julius Pepper's side. And, they called it right there, and I line up, and I think I just looked over there, and he's big. Everyone knows he's big, but if you've never seen him in person, you don't understand. And so I went, and I ran. I mean, nothing ended up happening, but I think I jogged back to the sideline. I was like, I just ran, right at Julius Peppers in practice. I was 7 when he got drafted, and. So that was a welcome to the NFL moment. Like I'm really playing with guys like this now. So, but honestly, I mean, I expected to be there, and I don't know if I was ever. I got fortunate. My dad played in the league for so long. I got fortunate. I got to learn from him and kind of understand how it all works.
Who's the best athlete in the family?
My mom. Mom's the best athlete in the family. I have to say that, but it's also true.
Wait, did she really cry when you were born?
That's a true story. If you ever have her on the show, she'll tell you the story. She cried when she had me, not because she was happy, because she knew she was never going to have a girl, and she was right. It's my 3 brothers and myself, so I guess that was her. She just knew at that point, she's like, I'm never going to have a girl, and she really wanted a girl. So.
Who did you have on your wall, poster-wise?
I had so many guys. Me and all my brothers, we were big fans of putting the Sports Illustrated pictures on the wall of certain athletes and stats and basketball and football and baseball, whatever it was. But I had just about every running back you can think of, all the Broncos guys back in the day, just when my dad played. So, I mean, there's a whole bunch of them.
How good were you at basketball?
I could play. I could play. I was good. I was good enough to get a couple, D2 offers and, play. We had a pretty good high school team, played AAU my whole life. I love basketball to death, so I was all right, not bad.
Did you ever meet Kobe?
I never did. I never got the chance to, unfortunately. But what a legacy that he has, and one of the saddest things in the world. It still doesn't feel real, but I have nothing but respect for him and everything that he's done, and my prayers are with him and his family and everybody affected. All the other families affected in that tragedy. It's a very sad deal, but. You try to look at the positive in every situation, and I think one thing I've learned from it is you see how one person united the entire world. He's a global hero, and I think it changed a lot of people's perspective on how precious life is and how you really need to appreciate every single moment. So I'm very fortunate I got to watch him play basketball and watch him live his life and to see what he's done.
Christian McCaffrey joining us on behalf of Old Spice there. I was going to say, it's not often when you say to another man, you smell good, but when I walked over to you, I say, you smell good. Yeah. Do you wear deodorant for a game?
Not for the game, no. not for the game. You don't want to smell too good in the game, and people start to wonder what you're doing. But yeah, no, doing a lot with Old Spice. They just dropped their new line, so they have it in a body wash and a deodorant. So I mean, after these spin moves, they might need one. That might have been the most athletic thing they've done their whole life.
Could my four guys tackle you? Do you think?
Could they tackle me? No. No.
Like if you're on the football field and those four guys are there.
No.
They couldn't tackle you.
No.
Well, I mean, pause for a moment there. Yeah, McLovin.
I just saw the tryout on the field.
Okay.
Spin
Yeah,
moves.
McLovin.
Good thing tackles are overrated anyway, Dan, so it doesn't matter.
And I also know you do some stuff with the military.
Yeah.
If you'd like to mention that as well.
Yeah, so every year I do something with the military. It's something that as far as philanthropy goes, I have a big heart for our veterans and for all of our active duty military. And so I'm sending an active duty Marine this year to the Super Bowl. Him and his brother. Any chance I have a chance to get back, I partner with whoever I can. This year we did it with USAA. Did a good job of helping me out there. And it's fun for me because I like talking to these guys and learning from them and picking their brains. So, I'm excited about it. And hopefully in the future, we'll do a lot bigger stuff that hopefully can really impact the military community. But anytime I get a chance to do something like that, I have fun with it. And, I know they do too.
Did you meet Jordan down in Charlotte?
I've never met him either. Yeah, I need to get out more.
Why don't you go to a game?
I've been to a game, but I just didn't meet him at the game.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
Why don't you leave a ticket for him for an NFL game?
Yeah. You think he needs tickets to go to the NFL game?
Well, no, it's the gesture.
Yeah, you're right.
That's be like, hey, I'm going to leave 2 tickets for Mike. And then they'll go, Mike. Yeah, Mike Jordan. I want
Worst case scenario, people are like, dang, Christian knows Michael Jordan. Yeah, so.
Good luck with Old Spice and, of course, the salute to service military appreciation as well.
Appreciate it.
Great to see you. Christian McCaffrey. We'll take a break. Back after this from the Dan Patrick Show.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.